Now, we have noticed a lot of excitement over the new Macro low carb bread. Now, it's taken us a few weeks to actually get access to it because the shelves have been bare as with that bread. So what we thought we would do is do a comparison between the new Macro low carb bread and the low carb bread that you can buy at Aldi.
Yeah, so these are the two breads that are pretty easily accessible in Aldi and Woolworths, which are the major supermarkets here in Australia. Now, before everybody jumps in the comments letting us know, yes, both of these contain inflammatory ingredients like wheat, soy products, and vegetable oils. So if you choose not to include those as part of your keto diet, that's great. You probably want to avoid them. But for other people who are perhaps just starting out and looking for a bread substitute, or people like us who like to have something like this every now and then, it's not in our regular rotation, we wanted to let you know what we thought about them.
Or people who are more low carb than keto. I think they would fit a more low carb than keto approach. Depends on what works for you.
I guess just the initial comparison with both of these loaves here. This Aldi one is so much heavier than the Woolworths Macro one. And the Macro one, actually, the slices are a lot bigger. So the loaf is like shorter than a normal bread loaf, but the slices seem like a regular size of a bread loaf, I would say, whereas this is quite a small loaf.
And once you toast that down, it's a pretty small piece.
Okay, so let's start off with the Aldi bread. So it's calling two slices is a serve, and it has 5 grams of net carbs. So remember, in Australia, the fibre has already been taken out of the carbohydrate, so you don't need to do any calculations or anything. On here is 5 grams of net carbs. And let's have a look. So it's got wheat protein, soy meal, barley, soy grits. So again, not the best ingredients. So it's calling itself 85% low carb, high protein, high fiber, low GI, but it's not gluten free. So if you have a problem with gluten, you definitely wouldn't want to try this.
All right, so in comparison, the Macro loaf, similar kind of branding, 85% lower carbs, very high fiber, high protein. So it's kind of trying to compete with the Aldi bread by pitching it in the same kind of terms, I guess.
But they're calling it soy, linseed and sunflower seeded bread.
Yeah. But they are branding it with the lower carbs.
And just with where we found this in Woolworths, it was in like the regular bread section. There was actually Macro, which is the Woolworths kind of healthy brand, have their own little section, and there was 3 or 4 different.
There's a pumpkin one and there's another one.
There's a chia one, I think. So it's in the regular bread section, but every time we've looked, like, we can see the tags there, but it was empty. And just with the Aldi one, it's also just in the regular bread section at Aldi.
Correct. So again, 2 slices is a serve, so it's very comparable between the two. The carbohydrates are 4.1. So remember, like Erika said, net carbs. So it's lower than that, and I think you're getting more bang for buck in terms, like Erika said, the slice seems like there's
size,
more.
But not weight.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to taste them to see. But ingredients are probably a little bit less than what's in this one. Water, wheat gluten, linseed, sunflower seeds, bamboo fiber, canola oil, soya flour, vinegar, yeast, and salt.
Whereas this list of ingredients, I only did the things that were highlighted. There's a lot more ingredients in this one.
Yeah, so this one, to me, between the two, looks slightly better. Still not the best ingredients with the wheat gluten and the canola oil and the soy flour. Another thing I will mention, some people in our community are concerned about calories and other people aren't, but calories on the Macro bread is 159 for a serve, remember 2 slices. And
this one's 248, so about 100 extra calories for your 2 slices of this one.
Now, before we get into a taste test, I did want to mention there's a couple of other options available that aren't quite so close in carbs to these or readily available. So one of them is Herman Brot, which to us is pretty much exactly the same as this, but it's harder to find. So
and
it's
more expensive, so...
Yeah, so it's more easily found in places like your health food shops, your specialty kind of grocery stores. We used to find it at a fruit and veg shop when we lived in Melbourne.
Yeah, I think I've seen it at Harris Farm.
Right, okay.
Well.
I know that it's in the IGA in New Lambton.
IGA.
So that one is very comparable to the Aldi bread.
I don't think you could tell them apart side by side.
The other one I found, which really does not fit keto at all and is borderline for low carb, is Helga's have a range called lower carb. Now, the carbs are high. For, again, 2 slices, it's 22 grams of carbs.
And that would be net.
That'd be net. So, not really workable for keto. Definitely not workable for keto. Depending on what you do, lower carb possibly. They had about 4 different variations, different seeds and whatnot, and they also had a wrap. The wrap was lower, but that was just for 1 wrap. I would avoid those, but I just wanted to mention them in case people say, oh, I have that. I would, if you're going for bread, I would go with these. Or, yes, you can make your own.
And there are some other good options out there, but they're just not available at the regular supermarket.
Correct.
Like I know Primal Alternative, all of their breads and whatnot are gluten-free and soy-free and have much better ingredients, but they are more expensive and they're not available at the supermarket. So we just wanted to compare apples for apples in this video.
There's also the one that we've had from Keeptone.
Yeah, Keeptone and like Protein Bread Co. So there are mixes and other options out there.
But we're just focusing today on the 2 that we can buy easily at the supermarket that most people are going to be able to find. Now, I'm going to toast up a piece of each one and we're going to taste them.
I was just going to see first.
Oh, you want to
look at
the
texture? Compare them together because I reckon there's a big difference in the size of the slice and the colour as well.
Are you going for a middle slice?
Yeah, go right to the middle. So this is the biggest.
Colour, definitely.
I mean, look at the size difference.
But also, this looks like a seed bread, whereas that looks like rye.
Yeah, that just looks like, Helga's soy and linseed or whatever. That's like the healthy option before you started keto. Yeah, so definitely... This one's a lot heavier and denser. This one's lighter and airier.
And feels like
just
bread.
Looks like normal bread. This is much kind of denser.
So I'm going to have to crank out the toaster because we don't have a toaster around because we don't eat bread. Okay, how did the toasting go, Erika?
Well, I'll just say we have had the Aldi one before, but we haven't had the Woolworths one before. And the Aldi one takes a long time to toast, and it kind of never gets like...
It always stays moist,
yeah,
doesn't it?
It's quite moist, I guess, is what you would say. But the Macro one toasted really quickly, and it's crunchy. It honestly just looks like regular toast. I'm pretty excited to give it a try, to be honest. But which one are we going to try first?
Try the Herman Brot, the
Aldi. Try the Aldi one. Well, I mean, we've had it before. We know what it tastes like. We've got a bit of butter in it.
Tastes like it always has. Very seedy.
Very.
It's got big chunks of, I don't know, are they sunflower seeds? They're really big chunks.
Yeah, there's a lot of seeds in it. It's very dense. And it does have quite a strong kind of flavour of its own. Not a bad flavour, but a strong flavour. And it never gets really crunchy, like crispy.
No, like when we bit into that, there's no resistance.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Should we try this one?
This looks like it's...
Honestly, just looks like regular bread.
It actually looks like it's toasted up really well. Oh, there's more crunch there than that. It's alright.
Definitely has a more bread-like texture, like not so many bits in it.
It still needs something on it.
It doesn't have a lot of flavour.
It's like it needs salt or something.
But if you put a bit of Vegemite or whatever. on that.
Vegemite would be perfect because it's nice and salty, so it would kind of make it taste a bit better, I guess.
Also, we were going to say they're about the same price, generally about $5 each, and it is a smaller loaf. Like, a lot of people get shocked compared to like a regular size loaf.
In my opinion, this is not a replacement for bread in your keto diet. If you're someone who has toast every morning and you're moving to a low carb keto diet, you don't want to sub out that for this, in my opinion. You want to remove the toast and have this on the occasion where you might be craving bread and you want something. This is a good alternative.
Yeah, I agree. Particularly if you're looking at keto for weight loss or for improving your inflammation. These things probably aren't going to help, but they're nice to have in case of an emergency. Okay, so if you had to choose, which one would you choose was your favourite? Considering it's the first time we've tried the macro
I'd
one.
probably still choose the macro one because I think it would be a good vessel for Vegemite or some sugar-free jam or a slice of cheese or something.
It's got the better macros. I think the ingredients are slightly better taste, it toasted better. I mean, I think the macro one.
I think the macro one wins, yeah.
Personally,
For sure.
yeah.
So hopefully you found this video useful. There was someone in our YouTube community that asked for this video, so
There you go.
here it is. So if you have any suggestions for videos you'd like us to do, pop them in the comments below and we'll consider it.
Yes, and if you've tried both of these, let us know if you're Team Aldi or Team Woolworths. We're Team Woolworths, obviously.
We've always been Team Woolworths.
We really appreciate you watching, and we hope that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much.
Bye.